So look, so he's just come off that platform, and this is what I want to show you guys. Look at this ladder. Look at right here where his feet are going to go. They've got like half of a pipe or a tube or something. It's taped onto the ladder. I mean, the guy has just come off what I would imagine like blind to where he's going to be stepping, because he's got this suit and stuff, and he's kind of laying on that platform. So now he's coming over the edge, and he's got to make sure he doesn't step on this thing that they've taped on here. Like here's another spot where it's kind of like a trip and fall hazard. So the description on this picture is LM/Aldrin, and the ID number on it is AS11-40-5928, and that is in the Apollo archives. So up on top you can see kind of like this round disc up on top there, and it kind of hangs over. It sort of looks like maybe they were thinking that they could pull the paneling out to kind of match the shape of that disc. I'm not sure. And the paneling is see how it's kind of pushed in here, and the waving and the buckling right here is a pretty good gap right here. And they use an assortment of colors. So they've got the dark ones here, and here they've got a combination of the light, dark, light. And you see the paneling here. This is what I want to get into later in the next picture. It was a pretty good shot coming up of this paneling, and particularly I think it's this corner here that we're going to look at. So here's an interesting thing also. Look at this area. So back in the day we had crossbar pads on our dirt bikes, and so it looks like a covering on some foam maybe underneath right along here. And look in the back here, so you can see they got one. I guess maybe they didn't have, the covering wasn't long enough or something, and so but evidently they had an abundance of foil tape, so they kind of got some tape going on there to get that thing on there. Okay, so this is the corner now that I think I was looking at in the previous picture right here, and I'm going to zoom in on that. So this is a high-res picture on the Apollo archives, and it's titled Close-up of LM, and the ID number on that picture is AS11-40-5922. So if you have a look at that, like when I was looking at this for a while, I actually called the wife over and to get her to have a look at this, because it was rather amazing, and I don't mean it was amazing in a good way. So let's back up a bit here. So this darker colored paneling, I'm assuming that they used that to make a patch here, because it kind of looks like they came up a little short on the floor, and so they wanted to finish this off, so they got that other piece of paneling there, and they looks like they bent it into this shape. And I mentioned maybe before that it seems they have an abundance of this gold foil tape, so they got that in there. So we'll go a little bit on the bottom here. So down here, this looks to me like what maybe some construction paper, like what you'd have like in a school project. So obviously I don't know exactly what it is, and it's kind of wrinkled and possibly damaged in some areas. It seems like they put tape on some damaged spots. I'm not sure what's all happened here, the little spots of tape. But this corner here, that really got me. When I was looking at that, I tell you what guys, look at that. Here's another shot of panels. Have a look at the overhang here. There's probably maybe 1-2 inches of panel that just kind of hangs there like that. And here in this corner, you can see again that something's been going on here with kind of an odd fitting system there. And over here I noticed, so this is that little rocket direction blaster, one of them here, and looks like they've got kind of like a curved support for this little guide for the blast. So they could have, I guess, cut that off a little shorter. There's probably an inch that they could have cut off, and it's extra weight. And remember this odd shaped box, and I think we're on the other side now. I'll just go up here a bit. Remember that dish that was on the top, and then it looked like they kind of maybe pulled that panel out. So I think we're on the back side now. So remember that gap here under this panel, and that odd shaped box with the different colored panels on the sides and stuff. Okay, so on the back side, that's I think where we are now. Have a look at this and check that out. So to me it looks like they've got some kind of tubing or something going through this panel, and right in this area it looks like they have something fastened to that tubing so that maybe the panel could attach to this assembly, right? So, but look at the gap here. I mean, you could probably reach right inside there, almost. Big gap. I'm assuming that this is aluminum now. So, like, look at the fit and finish of this machine, like right here. Check that out. So, probably 1.5 inches too big, maybe 2 inches too much room there. And something happened here. And look at the... and it just keeps going, guys. It just seems to keep going. So, more stuff going on here with the way they fabricated this and fit it together. You can see up here, and like wow, oh yeah. So look at the panel right here. So they got the rivets going on here, rivets, and then here they cut the panel. You see how they cut a corner out of it? It kind of looks like that panel should be fitting in here nice, but they cut a corner out of it. When they, like, why would they have to cut that corner out of there? Why wouldn't you make it fit the machine nice, you know? If you look right here, there's a little fastener, see? And another one here. And I think it's the same kind of fasteners that they were using along the top here. And there's a pair here and a pair here. And you can see it kind of pulls in that material as it's inserted. So this looks like the same kind of a fastener, and it's obviously quite a bit different than what I think here is a rivet. Okay, a couple of rivets here, and a very small little fastener here, and you can see it pulls that panel in a little bit right there where it pushes in. So you guys think a little bit, what kind of a fastener would be really small like that and fasten into a light brown colored material on the back side? And what do you think about that a little bit?